What's up? This is EasyOSX, and today I'm showing you how to create a text file and add it to a folder with Siri shortcuts. This was a request by the user Jahanky Kong in a comment on my video on how to make nested folders with Siri shortcuts, so shout out to them. And be sure to check out that video if you haven't. In the case the user mentioned, they might want to have a little readme text file in a nested folder structure they create to act as instructions or guidelines for their clients. What we're going to do is have shortcuts write some text, make it create a .txt text file out of that text, and save that file to a particular location. I'll show you some other settings along the way in case you want to tweak this yourself, and this will work the same way using the Shortcuts app on your iPhone or iPad as it will on your Mac. One thing to note is that on its own, Shortcuts can't create that many different file types. It can create .txt text files and PDFs, but if you want some other file types, you'll need to install other document apps that can plug into Shortcuts. Apple's own iWork and third-party tools like BBEdit are two examples of this. But enough of that, let's get into what you're here for. I've already made a new shortcut here. I'm going to the action library in the sidebar, and I want to look for the text action. Its icon is a default yellow text action icon. I'll double-click or drag it into my workspace here. Now, in that box, I can type the text I want in the text file. This is a plain text file, so you won't be able to add anything like bold or underlined text, but you can write multiple lines in the box so that it's more readable. Now that I've typed out my text, we need to make it into a text file. Back in the action library, look for the Append to Text File action, which will be an icon with blue lines and an arrow on it. Adding that to our workspace below the text box, you'll see Shortcuts has already connected it to the text we typed above, with the little connecting line here, and the text tag in the action itself. Now we need to tell it where to put that file and what to name it. To name the file, type in what you want the file to be named in the File Path box. You can put .txt at the end of the file name for consistency, but the action will do that for you if you don't. So where is this file going? Are you setting it in an unchanging location? Or will it be dependent on something else? If you know the file will be going to the same place every time, click where it says Shortcuts and then hit Replace in the dropdown. Now you'll navigate through the file menu for the folder you want and then hit Open so that the text file will always be created with that name in that specific folder when the shortcut is run. But say you need it to be a different folder each time or in the directory of a folder you just created. Here's a real-world example. This is a copy of my nested folder shortcut I created some time back that creates a project folder with the name I give it, then creates 4 subfolders within that new folder. In this case, I want to adjust it so that it adds the text I've typed here as a text file into one of the folders, say the root folder of my project. I'm going to add the text action and the append to text file action and give the file the name readme. Now I need to set the root folder. I'm going to right-click the Shortcuts section of the Append to Text File action and hit Magic Variable. You can now see the Shortcuts workspace has broken up its chain of commands so I can see where actions are triggered or folders are created. I'm going to select the first created folder input near the top because that's where the root folder is created. Clicking on that selects it as the magic variable and changes the append action from Shortcuts to created folder. Now, when I run the command from Quick Actions here on the desktop and name the project Demo, you can see that I now have my 4 nested folders and the readme text file next to them. Thank you all so much for watching. If this video helped you out, then give it a like. It really helps. Likewise, if you want more Mac, iOS, and other Apple tips, tricks, and advice, you can subscribe to the channel. You can also check out the website EasyOSX.net as well as my social media pages. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.